Good day, good peeps, another fine day in the year of the paradigm. Tooling Dave, Bravo Dave, Anomaly, and Makars. If you know me as the man who is excited to no, this is Friday, actually. It is Friday at the time of you viewing this. It is, the Tag Team Last Stand. It is potentially a big old chaosy episode, and it is most notably the last tag team episode before the finale of the... Nope. You know, it's moments like that where I press the wrong button, where I haven't recorded but for maybe 20 seconds. And I say to myself, okay, we could just do a clap, we could restart this whole thing, but nah, we don't do that. It's the Hunger Games. If we're gonna F up, we're gonna F up. So, a lot of things to talk about today. We'll talk about Rebellion Live momentarily. We'll talk about, because that is tonight, so we don't have time to dilly and dally. When this thing starts at like 4:30, if this thing is like an hour and a half, which it shouldn't be because this is Ordeal, it could run into Rebellion Live. I doubt it'll be longer than an hour, I'm gonna be real with you. That being said, Tag Team Last Stand. And I will point out specifically that there are no, there's no, things, no fan votes. The only way that you can get a fan vote in tag team action this season is if the champions win today. Which is kind of crazy to me, but you know what? It is what it is. So, without further ado, let's talk about everybody who is here today. It is the tag team champions and everyone who is not on the bracket. Which, I'll get to it, surprisingly does include a team that won the championships this season because they won it in singles action. Because chaos reigned for the tag teams in singles action. We got the champions, a Wattpad, and they'll be going up against the Ghost Zone, Shrimp Fried Ice, Three's Company, Where There's Smoke, Too Sweet, Anything for Her, What I Go to School For, Stop, Look, and Listen, Get Motivated, Straight to the Point, Rebel Hearts, More Than Meets the Eye, Music Theory, Beneath the Mask, Fast Food Fight, World Forget Me. And I need to change that picture. That is what I was forgetting. Which means Kurumi's picture is probably also wrong too. Smells Like Teen Spirit. Twin Tails, the actual champion, you see because he's got the perk there. Nagisa. This when Nagisa won the double championships because Chaos reigned in singles action, and then Corey cashed in Chaos during that episode as well, so it was a double championship episode. The first of its kind, I believe, in singles. Clearly in singles action, but in, I think, standard play. It's happened in OC action before, but I think it's the first time it's happened ever here. I digress. Kaimia River, Devotees, Voices in My Head, Ice Cream Scoop, Racket of Psalm, Theater Nerds, What Are Your Plans? Wolfpack, Great Anime Bake Off, Supreme Overlords of Ice, Search the Stars, Seeing Red, All Grown Up, Stronger Together, School of Rock, Winter is Coming, The Entire Circus, The Future is Now, Dessert Table, Exotic Animals, Stone Sword, Killer Instinct, Umbrella Academy, and Mocktails and Mixers Ice. I will very live right now, minimize the whole screen. I will very quickly right now. I guess while we're doing that, put up the bracket. There's the bracket, y'all. Look at that bracket. Bracket, y'all. It's the bracket, y'all. Everybody, it's the bracket. Don't forget about the bracket. Never forget the bracket. In tag team action. There are all of our teams who have made it. But that ain't it. Or I guess, I guess that is technically it. Regardless. I need to replace those two pictures. And while we do that, what do I want to talk about? What do we want to talk about? So, first and foremost, go over here. OC submissions for Revolution, not Rebellion. Rebellion Live is tonight. OC Revolution are already open, and they will be open through June, through Pride Month. Pride Month starts very soon. Hey, very exciting. There it is. So get ready for that. Maybe we'll Maybe we'll color like the ropes rainbow for June during the shows for AWE. I think that'd be nice. That'd be pretty cool. Over here real quick. Right there. Oh, it took the whole line? That's crazy. Okay. Y'all, this is the most, I feel like, scuffed intro I may have ever had. Here, just give me the line this time. Thank you. I don't know why last time it didn't, here. Great. Okay, now that that's all fixed, let's actually talk. Get your submissions. I was also just brainstorming. That happens a lot on this channel. I will be going through your comments very shortly, but most notably right now, it is Rebellion Live tonight. And if we are talking about Rebellion, let's talk about it. We have ourselves a stacked card for Rebellion. Four championship matches, I think. But let me talk to you about what's going on tonight. As advertised, after that demon seemed to be a coward, after essentially tearing Arrow and Sakura's relationship apart, do you know what happened? The one and only, the greatest of all time, Arrow. And by greatest of all time, I don't mean that. But I can say that Arrow has made great strides to improve in the ring. And they will be going through 3 stages of hell. 3 matches back to back. If you get injured, the same injury all 3 of those times, you're in really bad shape. You might be, physically unable to compete. And it depends on what match types there are. They both get to choose first and second. And I have those announcements right here, right now. Arrow has officially chosen they want to go one-on-one with the Aswang in an ambulance match. And that will kick I will actually not kick everything off. Yeah, well, ambulance match first. The Aswang has chosen last entity standing, I guess? I'm not even sure what that thing is, you know? Last entity standing. And they match it off inside Hell in a Cell. We talk about our championship matches. We got Hina versus Yuri for the AWE Women's Championship March 7th versus XL for the Fight Forever Championship. Speaking of Fight Forever, we also have Mondo going toe-to-toe with Tartaros 1v1. Mondo's never been able to beat him 1v1, but tonight, he's got to make that moment happen. Or will Tartaros become the first ever 3-time, count him, 3-time AWE Fight Forever champion? A grudge match. There's no holds barred, no DQ. It is Panette versus Neo, and they're gonna duke it out. But there's so much more. We got Hina. I already said that. We got Sayaka Mizuno. And we have Rinka. If Rinka wins, Yukiko gets one last shot at the AWE All-Star Championship. If Sayaka wins, Yukiko's out of the title picture as long as she is holding that title. And of course, after what had happened previously at Ticket to Paradise, it's the men's tag team match. It is Team Wa. It is the Repair. There will be a pinfall or submission victory, and there will be weapons abound because it is no holds barred. And one more time, earning his rematch at the past Rebellion. This time, it's live. It's Uncle Iroh. It's Cassius Bright. It's 2K25, and it's for the AWE All-Star Championship, and it is all tonight. So get ready. Hopefully, Sundavy's voice isn't as ragged as mine is right now. But I am excited. It is going to be one heck of a show. Get your popcorn, get your energy drinks, keep your eyes up, get a short nap in before then, because it's going to be a great show, and it's going to be a long show. But it's time for this show. Actually, while we do that, it's time for this show, and Chaos might reign. Let me talk to you about Chaos reigning. I think it's least likely that it's going to reign this way. Champs just won the titles. We're at 5%. It's hit at 5% before. Is it gonna hit at 5% today? No, it's not. I'm not even gonna dilly and dally and play because we are already 10 minutes into this episode. Nothing. No chaos reigns, at least right now, but it definitely can still rain mid-episode, and it can rain on both fronts. Will that happen? We'll find out shortly. Last time, I asked you guys about your favorite numbers. Your numerals. And 2 people actually picked the exact same number, which is kind of fascinating. So let me get those up real quick, and we'll run through them very quickly. Because we cannot wait during this episode. We got Munakata mention. I didn't even see this from Lion. Lion! We have Glove Boy who said 39. Very, okay, I'm okay with a little 39. It reminds me of 369, you know what I'm saying? Opening. Who says 64 probably because of the Nintendo 64, which is a great shot, but also said there was a TV show called 64 Zoo Lane, and that took me back because I was like, dang, that really throws me back. I could probably sing that entrance for you, the 64 Zoo Lane. I could sing that theme song for you a little bit, or at least the cadence. But I couldn't tell you if I remember almost anything about the show. At least not any defining episodes, maybe some defining, like, moments. Kuzu, who said, instead of 69, you know, actually 15. And then it was actually the Kuzu Soda Empire, which got torn apart during this episode, but it is what it is. We'll see if they can work together. They don't have to work together today. They're not in this episode, actually. They're in the finale. Kat, who says, in case you couldn't tell from the numbers, 5 and 23, which are a bunch of crazy coincidences involving number 5, which 2 and 3 is the digital root, which is kind of crazy. The Kotokos, who got shipped to Brazil, but you know what? Brazil kind of dope. Let's be real. I would love to go to Brazil. For real, for real. Sonic, who says number 7 to AV's mouse. He was a legend. Fair enough. Favorite number is 1. This is where you start. Your number 1. You know what? I acknowledge that. You do love a little number 1. You do love a little number 1. That 39 was also the favorite number of Chaos Eater, who has 39 in their name, which is kind of dope. Very awesome, but I digress. That is the start of the episode. I have no question for you today because we have an episode to get through. I feel like I should ask some question, you know? It feels wrong not asking a question anymore, you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Are you playing any games right now? In fact, that's what I'm gonna say. I've asked people, I think I've asked about your favorite game, like, what are your all-time favorite games? I'm gonna ask you, what is not even your favorite game right now? I was gonna say, what's your favorite game right now? In fact, yeah, what is your favorite game to play right now? I'm asking you that. Like, if you were to pick up a controller right now, something that you have either been playing currently or are just like, there's a game that I pick up and play. Just, if you were to pick up a controller right now, what would you be playing? That's what I want to know. Put that in the comments. Right now, I'm really getting back into ZZZ, so ZZZ might be my answer. But I've also been enjoying 100 Line, so those are my 2 answers. So let me know, right now, at this very moment, not like all over of all time, like what is your favorite game to play, pick up right now, I'm in the mood for, yeah, I like that. Let me know that. I've already told you mine, so I guess we can start this bad boy, can't we? Let's do it. Next week, it will be the OC free-for-all with Taylor. So get excited for that. That'll be next Friday. Oh, it'll be next Friday. Oh my gosh, he gets to take a Friday? I get to take a day off? Very good. Let's start round 1. Ladies and gentlemen, the tributes, the podiums, the horns, the horn bearers, the sounds. I don't know if I made any picks. Give me Mocktails Mixers Ice for number 1 for the first place. For second, give me Stop, Look, and Listen. And for third, I will take Ice Cream Scoop, I guess. Those are my 3. We'll take those, and we run with it. Let's do it. Master's got a table in this big old game. Look at that. Y'all can't see the scroll bar, but I see it. Let's do it. Pandriel does not feel We have to talk today. So let's get ourselves together and do this. Pandriel doesn't feel prepared for any of this. Tsumugi is looking for an easy out. The Archon see great potential, and Sarah grant her a Hydro Vision. Gin is being adorable, as always. Ryoma has found a Komodo dragon as Diona. Or Diona? Spots something shining in the distance. Mona finds some moon shoes. She can get a close-up look at the sky, the stars. Mahiru finds a massive sack of apples. An apple a day keeps the doctor away. Leon just found a fishing rod. Now he can catch all the fish. Alice has used a mysterious gas knockout Mizuki XL and Kana. Death Collars on them. Mai finds a rocket launcher. Izioi finds a pillow. Man's gonna be sleepy. Capitano knocks out Kyoko. Fist fight. Death Collars on her. Fubuki admires Tengen's decisiveness. An puts a death collar on Jotaro while he's asleep. Nagita. Oh wait, wow. Hold on. The first person out is the champion. Maybe he said, take me out of this thing. I want to make sure I'm going to the championship with my title. Attempts to kill Ruruka, but Charlotte intervenes just in time. Charlotte had to kill Nagisa to protect Ruruka's life. Mizuki XL has seen the heels running wild and is determined to make things right and turns face. Kokoto sizes her muscles. Hina finds a skateboard saying, oh man, the champion's gone. What am I going to do now? Teru gives Aiba various things they found. Aiba builds stuff out of it. March 7th is ready to defend her friends. Give it her all and best every other creation. Chris is... tries to kill Kai, but Kai retaliates and kills him instead. Sophie, oh man, I think Deltarune Chapter 3 and 4 releases next Thursday. Sophie finds my climate change remote. Naida wonders if she builds a machine that makes Yakiniku. Razor finds a hat rack, so many hats. Ruka's tired and turns heel. Chihiro asks Mondo if he's found anything useful. Shao does not have our pizza, but he does have the Omnitrix. It's Shao 10. Pomni picks up his new cooling in various places. Zoe stalks Yuri, consumed by darkness from the gold that they're carrying. Akechi wants it to end already. Karumi and Mai get into an argument over who should be in charge. Camilla twitches uncontrollably. Haiji has some leather scraps. Crazy Yoko isn't sure whether to cry, laugh, or tear her hair out. Amame finally snaps, and now she's frenzied. Vivia finds Thursday Davy's left shoe. Monokuma's a light bearer. You could have fooled me, but you know what? Anyone who he kills from this point onward, which is anybody who he kills, if he wins, could be a big old tag team finale because of him. Mew builds a rocket who's gonna take a ship. Dio can't take his eyes off of Hiroko. Tiki accepts her shadow as Tiki gets the power of Persona. Daisaku thanks Ororon for being there for him. Nakamaru trips in a bush and finds a Yeet Ball, and Mishima takes it. And Fischl attempts to kill Hina, but Monofini intervenes to protect her. Unfortunately, Monofini dies in the attempt. Sonya steals Mishima's Yeet Ball, runs off with it. Shuichi hopes to get everybody out of there. Rantaro, Sato, Mikon play suspense music as Kaito chases Pandreo. Kaide has a horrible feeling in his chest. Her chest rather. Kana says, you know, it's been so long, we're already halfway through this round, give me that bike theme. And I say, you know what? Go ahead, girl. Desihiko has found Genocide Jack's scissors. Cute boys beware. Hifumi fails to grasp the gravity situation. Kanon accepts her shadows. Kanon gets the power persona. Juzo sets down a trap. Gundam finds a grenade. Kaito attacks Mikon from behind, gets rid of her. Joker gets caught in one of Juzo's traps now. What a stupid mistake. He should have known better. All he can do now is hope to be freed for Arena. And pushes Tsumugi and Diona, murdering them both. Rest in peace. Marin steals Sonya's Yeet Ball and runs off with it. Archon grips Tengen, grant him an Electro Vision. Joe feels sorry for Joker. Frees him from the trap. Reiko steals Marin's G-Ball, runs off with it. Kizzy eats something she shouldn't have and dies with horrible stomach pains. Monotaro finds a boombox, time to listen some sick beats. Teto has found a table. Panette mopes around uselessly. Neo and Ruruka conspire against Charlotte. Yuri finds a little bikini and puts it on. Toko steals Reiko's G-Ball, runs off with it. Jin won't give up so easily. Kyutaro and Seiko come in March 7th from both sides, slaughtering her. Mondo gets some ghost powers, walks through a very strange machine. Kazuha steals Toko's G-Ball. Katoka calls down Arcane Fury, has an ancient scepter. Nagito is looking out only for himself. Gin finds some medieval armor. It must be some real big medieval armor. That's a big beefy boy. Aurora seems to find Daisaku's presence soothing. In an act of betrayal, Ranmaru and Mukuro team up and eliminate Desihiko. Kyoke hates the way that the death collar feels on our skin. Yoimiya trips and falls flat on her face. Komaru tries to kill Gin, but Gin's Night Armor diverts the blow. Oh dang, it's Knight versus Knight. Sato, Rantaro, Maya grab their instruments and practice together. Corey kind of wanders off and gets lost, never be seen again. Hiroko doesn't care much for those plays. Navia creates marketable plushes out of Chi-Chi, which definitely are gonna sell like hotcakes. That's an adorable little zombie. Mukuro is ready for target practice, so luckily she finds a handgun. Mukuro with a handgun. Goodness gracious. Joe Mama Hendry challenges Azuru to a duel. Joe Mama Hendry bites the dust. Fat Togami is proud to lead dessert table. Crazy Up Extra Large turns her brain into an absolute pain to deal with. Sakura does her best to avoid Sarah. Y'all are supposed to team together, but okay. Nightwing finds a pitchfork, which she figures is great for lobbying enemies. Maki draws a demon summoning circle on the ground, for fun. Monica accepts her title as Monica and gains the power persona. Kibo wishes he could go home. Kotoko finds a shotgun. Noir traps Sato in a box and ships it to Brazil. To Brazil she goes. Mitarai finds a bolt of Pokeballs. Angie keeps trying to tell a joke, but it always falls flat. Chi-Chi finds us all below her concern. Charlotte feels horrible for what she did. Didn't you do that to protect Ruruka, though? Ibuki finds a seeming of... Oh, hold on. She's got the powerful Archon Decree. It's been a minute since anyone's ever actually been able to use that. Iris found a Dimensional Scythe. Hajime has found a table. Burnus has found a Dapper Suit. Junko finds Pilot... Junko finds Pilot and guides him with her guiding light back to his tank. Blessed be Saint Junko. You better believe it. You love to see it. Kawakami just wants to be helpful. Great goes to spot some shine in the distance. Mitsuru doesn't understand why Navia searches for junk when she can just buy it. Why would you buy junk though? Kafka looks for something in Fubuki's ear, but Fubuki's a bit innocent to understand, which is innocent. I'm not sure if she's more innocent than she is daft. Same. Taka finds not a bikini, a pillow. He's also sleepy. I'm a little sleepy too. Now finds some moon shoes not liable for any broken ankles. Yudas catches this strange glow out of the corner of his eyes, discovering an ancient scepter. Arcane magic courses through his body as his fingers touch the carved wood. Tataro. Mysterious gas knock out Leon. Nahida is, they're both getting a little Death Collar action. That's a lot of Death Collars in play. Everyone should be afraid at this point. Maya can't help but admire her own genius mind. Going to get some sack of apples. Hazel knocks out Kotoko in a fist fight. Genocide Jack finds a hat rack. Kai can't wait to kill again. Raiden finds a skateboard. Munakata has turned face. And Chisa finds my climate change remote is so looks for someone who is dumb enough to believe him. We still have 116. Surprisingly, only 12 perished. I don't think it's gonna be 12 next time, though, if I'm being honest. We'll see how it all plays out. After this, Claire de Lune 4. The champion Nagisa, Chris, Monofony, Mikan, Samuki, Diana, Kizzy, March, Desahiko, Corey, Joe Mama Hendry, and Sato. Well, we gotta go on. Once again, there's 116 left. We gotta keep going. Next round sees. Oh boy. Genocide Jack gives Fischl a fedora. Fischl, I don't think she would just tip it and smile. I think she would give a whole verily. My sincerest gratitude to you, dear hat not connoisseur. I guess she would be a hat connoisseur. Oh dang, I must have. Where's my controller? Oh, my controller's here. If I can click the Xbox home button on my controller, gives me like an overlay of things. So I accidentally put my foot on it. It was on the ground and I was like, oh no. Anywho, Fatagami finds us, doesn't really want to, but finds himself having to get rid of Sophie. Rantaro finds a slingshot, how quaint, might be useful in a pinch. Mondo shoots blast energy from his hands at Gonta. He narrowly avoids it though, Mans is fine. Kokoto's enraged. Kawakami's fingers touch with Chisa's by accident. They blush a little bit. Man, I guess I would too. Katoka postures our ancient scepter, making the magic orb shine. Yuda's got a wrestling singlet. He's used that very effectively in the past. Will he have a chance to use it today is the real question. Well placed shot by Rantaro. Hits Toko with a slingshot. She's now dazed. Joker found the fishing rod. Kai finds a shiny red balloon. Gin, finds a vicious tiger who now joins his side. Joe admires the great Gozu's muscles as Zuru tries to kill Mitsuru, but Mitsuru said, not today. Not today, Ed boys. Vivian punched. I don't know why I said Ed boys. Vivian punched a tree, nearly broke his wrist, but another yeet ball falls from the tree. Kitara sizes his muscles. Nekomaru, also a light bearer. We have one in Monokuma and one in Nekomaru now. Panette steals Vivian's yeet ball, runs off with it. Kaede murders Gin before Jotaro can react. There's nothing Jotaro can do. Marin attempts to kill Munakata, but Masaru intervenes just in time. Marin instead died. Masaru had to kill her. Mona found a flamethrower. That's not... that doesn't quite fit your water aesthetic, but you know what? You do you. In fact, maybe Mona wants to join the Flame Tribe. She was on that original match. This sparked the Flame Tribe's existence. Tiki. Her persona levels up, Agi to Agi Lao. Reiko feels like jamming out. She gets my soundboard. I'm gonna need that back, but you know it is what it is. Akechi steals Panette's yeet-ball, runs off with it. Razor gives Ororon a cowboy hat. He yeets his best ha and then says, bro. Burnus accepts her shadow was Burnus and gains the power of Burnus persona. Taka thanks Joe for being there for him. Yeah, it looks like a majority vote down there. Munakata fights for truth, honor, and justice. He's now Super Munakata. Kibo no longer can stay still and let his friends kill each other. Or let others kill his friends, rather. He's feeling like a hero. Mishima's thinking plans to get out of here. Chi-Chi is sick and tired of Hifumi being alive. Chi-Chi puts a... She hates them, man. That's crazy. Chisa has now a death collar on Panette. Now, and Mona have a jump off. Mona jumps all the way into a tree. Dio sees the entire circus as a bunch of chumps to be milked, and it's our first probably of many majority votes because there's so many collars in play. And Mizuki, extra large. Leon, Nahida, Kyoko, Kotoko, and Kana are all forced to play the majority game. Leon received the most votes and was executed as well as a sacrifice. Kotoko. Pum 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 pum. Pum 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 pum. Excellent. Pomni tries to kill Angie, but Angie retaliates and kills her instead. Yuri fills her bikini with gravel, using it as an object to kill Tiki. So, hey, you don't use a sword to kill a dragon, nah. You fill a bikini with gravel and thwack. Wop, 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 wop. Crazy. Camilla twitches uncontrollably. Sakura tries to kill Hifumi for the bounty, but Hifumi narrowly escaped from Sakura. That's crazy. Archon Secret and So grant him a Dendro vision. Neo does something really cute. Hazel picks up. He's like, you know what? This looks good. I might make something out of that. Maybe. Okay, let's see what they got there. He's investigating now here, you guys. He's investigating. Alice still can't believe the monster has killed somebody. Kafka wonders about the future. Anne betrays Hifumi. Oh my gosh! And stabs him in the back. Anne is $20,000 richer. That's crazy. Your partner doing that is crazy. Teto sets up her table for grabbing Taka by the throat, then chokeslams Taka right to the table. Kazuha runs his Yeet-Ball back to the cornucopia for a big old touchdown. Ryoma steals Akechi's Yeet-Ball, runs off with it. Haiji, wearing leather scraps, is like to behold. Mona sets Masuru's table on fire, then slams Masaru right to the flaming table. Mukuro aims her handgun in the distance. Kana steals Ryoma's Yeet-Ball, runs off with it. Mahiru crunches a golden delicious apple. It's pretty... apparently not delicious, as Fischl ambushes Komaru and Ibuki, slaughtering them both. It's the power of the fedora, baby. Vandrea hopes it after Harmony Body. Iris steals my soundboard, huh? What you doing out there with that? Maki now has her demon on her side. Kanan summons their persona, uses Sai, attacking Gin, leaving him dazed with a splitting headache. Poor boy. Meow. Wolf. The Archon Secret Vigilance shall turn him into an Animo Vision, not turning him into an Animo Vision, but you know what? I mean, everything feels like a little Animo. That's correct, y'all. It's pretty canon. Mai tries to build a tank out of sticks and rocks. It's useless, but it looks cool. Sonya lassos Junko, pushing her into a missile lake, turning her to a sheep. Hold on. Hey. What? No, and then what? Oh, y'all, I can't believe they've done this. Tengen shakes Kana's hand, but it was a prank. Tengen lightly shocks Kana, leaving her dazed. Kyoko's bad brain turns her a little kinder. Monokuma decides to put Junko out of her sheepy misery. How could you? Unless this is a setup and Junko's coming back. It's the second coming. Blessed be. Giselle finds a boombox, time to play some sick beats. Teruteru gives Aiba the various things that he's found. She builds some stuff out of it. he's really liking this team. Charlotte wants to protect Neo. Shuichi keeps on a brave face for everyone's sake. Furina finds a bike. Well, I guess it's bike theme time number 2. As Noir befriends a Komodo dragon with a pair of aviator goggles. Yeah, I don't like it. Kyoko has been hot on Charlotte's trail for days now. Charlotte thinks she's gotten away, but Kyoko has finally deduced the final blow. Great Gozu has found a table. Hopefully nobody goes through it. Seiko challenges Mishima and Fisher to an anything goes pancake competition. Mishima eats the most pancakes and wins, earning entry into the World Pancake Championship Invitational. Jotaro starts sobbing uncontrollably. Mitsurai sends out a Pokeball. Out comes Piplup, and they splash in the river together. Just very cute. Mayu straps on to a rocket and sends it to the moon on Never Returns. Navia can't take her eyes off of Mitsuru. Monika's persona levels up Zio to Zionga. This early in the game, she could get it all the way up. Fubuki fails to grasp the gravity situation. Hajime sets up his table for grabbing Aiba in a headlock. RKO's Aiba right through the table, and Crazy Elk wasn't sure whether to cry, laugh, or tear her hair out. Izioi sobbing uncontrollably. Raiden chases down Hina, both riding skateboards. Raiden catches up to Hina before kick-flipping them off of a cliff. Goodness gracious, right Shogun. Ruka accepts the shadows. Ruka gains the power persona. Angie rambles on about something nobody cares about. Chris, his corpse is writhing with maggots. I hope not. He's got a game to be released soon. Zoe is sick and tired of others and turns to heel. Nahida tries to build his tank out of sticks and rocks and succeeds. There's a tank now in play. Gonta gives Pandreo Golden Delicious. Amame's frenzy finally dies down. Hiroko wasn't looking and fell right off of a cliff. Daisaku finds... wait a minute. Monokuma's a light bearer. I didn't put one and one together, but I just made 2. Alright, Monokuma, you gotta win this game now. Kaito finds a suitable armor, puts it on, and gleams with a dazzling shine. Shiro steals Nahida's tank while she is asleep. Yoimiya and Nagito manage to sneak attack Shao, murdering him from both sides. Monotaro tries to go Kaito, but Kaito's armor diverts the blow. Karumi finds some tactical combat gear. Gundam tries to kill Karumi, but Karumi's combat gear rather diverts the blow. Sarah is being chased by Ruka. Sarah used the power of Hydra to let the surface behind her, causing Ruka to slip and break her neck. Auroron has found a table, hoping no one goes through it. Ranmaru seems untricked by any of this. Nightwing wonders how far she can throw that pitchfork. Capitano sets down a trap. Nagito gets cocky and dodges from a stupid mistake, and Jin is smart enough to disable Capitano's trap. We are down to 94, boy. Yes, boy, it is a long episode, and yes, boy, it's a Claire de Lune 4. Sophie, Azuru, Gin, Marin, Leon, Kotoko, Pomni, Tiki, Hifumi, Taka, Masaru, Komaru, Ibuki, Junko, Charlotte, An, Aiba, Hina, Hiroko, Shao, Ruruka, Nagito. We gotta go. We gotta keep going. We got whole 94 left. So let's keep the train schmoving. And as we do so, it starts with a whole bunch of death. As round 3 begins, Maya's wondering if she should build a machine that makes Yakiniku. Gundam juggles with his grenade a bit, kinda wanna use it. Mukuro finds herself face to face with Razor and shoots him dead with her gun. I forgot she had that. Yuta suplexes Chisa, and then suplexes her again. And again, 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 until she has perished. Roma gives his pet Komodo dragon a pat on the head. Kaide is now snapped, and Asylum Akamatsu is in play. Mishima builds a rocket who's gonna take a trip in Mishima's rocket ship, flying to the sky. Mishima Einstein. Furina attacks Daisaku from behind, getting rid of him. Oran remembers him immediately and sobs. Just like Granny. Mizuki Extra Large won't die like the others. Genocide Jack gives Mahiru a tiara. You know what? Mitari with the tiara would have been hilarious too. But Mahiru feels like the prettiest princess. Toko snaps out of it. Alice is ready to defend his friends. Kai pops his balloon. I can't not say this. Having Genocide Jack do something and then Toko immediately snapping out of it just feels... It feels like Jack did something and Toko came to her senses. I digress. Alice is ready to defend his friends. Kai pops his balloon, has the creepiest smile on his face. Seiko sweeps up the footprints around the cornucopia. That's my janitor. Chi-Chi wants it to be over already. Navia finds Zip's lovely bikini and puts it on. It's quite revealing. I'm not going to say a word. Kyoko finds some leather scraps just enough to patch together some rudimentary clothing. It looks rather caveman-like. Mona really wants to use that flamethrower you literally already have. Jin and Navia get into an argument over who should be in charge. It should be Navia. Mitsurai tosses out a Pokeball. Out comes Moltres. Uses Fire Blast, burning Noir and Kana alive. Jotaro also finds Spy. You know, Jotaro, I appreciate you, bro. You done good today. You don't always do good, but you done good today. Nagisa is still festering. Mahiru wakes up from a good night's sleep to Togami eating every apple in her bag. Kafka and Tengen conspire against Fubuki. Heizo kind of wanders off and gets lost, never be seen again. Crazy Oak Extra Large now finds a pillow. Great Gozu finds a plank of wood. Is that a seesaw? Kafka corners Maki and mauls, Maki's demon mauls Kafka before she can react. What a good demon. Pandreo, Juzo is the one actually who earns entry to the World Pancake Championship as also not on this list. I'm kind of surprised every time I see that there's somebody who's like not actually on the list. It's a big old list that we got here already. Yeah, no Juzo. Alright, well, we'll continue. Mitsuru's got the Omnitrix. Neo's got some moon shoes. Capitano kills Mona. Mona tries to bribe him. Well, Mona dead. And Capitano rich. Sonia finds a massive sack of apples. Hajime looks for stuff to scrounge. Kokoto's so mad steam is literally coming out of her ears that he causes a fire, trapping and killing Mitsuru and Panette. The redheads are having a bad day. Speaking of, Sarah also dies after dueling out with Kaito. Gonta gets an electro-vision, just like his partner. Reiko presses a button on my soundboard and plays Invincible Rainbow Arrow. I've played this. I played the actual song for Taylor recently. He is a big fan. He's an A-Set fan. And I kind of hate it, but you know, it is what it is. Nekomaru uses Mysterious Gas to knock out Angie and Camilla in order to put death colors on them. Munakata finds a belt of Pokeballs. Juzo and Monotaro discuss song choices. Mai finds a skateboard, time to do some sick moves. Kazuha traps Tengen in a box and ships it to Brazil. A lot of Brazilians out here. Bernice summons a persona, uses Garu. Sudden gust causes Munakata to be dazed. Teru tries to get others to notice him. Monophany is writhing with maggots. Kanan also upgrading that persona side to Seo. Katoka calls Arcane Fury down on Sonya. Her arcane scepter beaming within her rage. Sonya vaporized into a minty purple mist. Oh my gosh, wait a minute. The Agents of Chaos are breaking up. Kibo patrols vigilantly, but Zoe brings Vivia in for a hug, saying, "You mean nothing to me," then slams Vivia to the ground and walks away. Monica summons her persona using Zionga, strong bolts of lightning, fries Akechi. He's a goner. Renmaru accepts the shadows. Renmaru gains the fire persona. Shuichi was lost in the sauce. The next thing he knows, he's found a wish ring. Hopefully he'll be responsible with it. Monotaro finds a grenade. Better be careful with that. Yoimiya trips and falls flat on her face. Angie hates the way the duck collar feels on her skin, rather official. Finds a bowling ball, hopefully she gets a strike. Munakata puts a duck collar on Genocide Jack while she's sleeping. Sakura can't handle the stress after losing a teammate, has become more cowardly. Iris uses the soundboard to play not her song, but instead Dire Dire Docks. Gozu hears the soothing music and goes to sleep. Unfortunately, he never awakens. Amame has seen the heels running wild and turns face. Kyutaro has found Genocide Jack's scissors. Rantaro gathers ammo for his slingshot. Joker casts his rod in the river, pulls out a boot, not even a pair. Panette's already back. That's a ghost. Gin comes back to his senses. Raiden uses the base of a cliff as a half pipe. Joe finds so many hats on a hat rack. Haiji knocks Bernice out in a fist fight and puts a death collar on her, and it will be her undoing in just a moment's notice. Nightwing actually does lob her pitchfork at one of the light bearers in Nekomaru. Nahida, Bernice, oh wait, actually, Nahida, Bernice, Mizuki, Extra Large, Camilla, Jack, and Kyoko are all forced to play the majority game. Mizuki Extra Large received the most votes, but unfortunately for everyone, she was the key master. So Nahida and Bernice and Mizuki and Camilla and Jack and Kyoko all suffered a gruesome demise. Okay, but we don't have any time to dilly-dally. What are we talking about? We gotta proceed. Kurumi's looking menacing in that combat gear. Mondo's body can't handle the ectoplasm coursing through it, and he dies. Fubuki found a dimensional scythe. Vivia stalks Mew, inching closer and closer to their tipping point. Dio, except for Shadow's Dio gains a power persona. Chihiro builds a machine that might revive Mondo. Oh my gosh, he's coming back to life with a TV for a head, yikes. Mew can't help but admire her own genius mind. Kawakami's now got ghost powers as well. Ghost and Mommy. So, wraps vines around Ryoma. He's now trapped, and Crazy Oko is calming down, no longer subject to the whims of a changing brain. Teto finds a dapper suit, now feels defeated after losing their teammate. She feels lonely, now has let him in. And Yuri's very proud of that bikini, but will she be proudly holding the championship at the end of the night tonight? And by that I mean at the end of the night in terms of the AWE. She could still hold the title at the end of this night. There's still a chance chaos might reign though. As we go on, 70 people still left in this massive game in this Claire de Lune 4. Razor, Chisa, Daisaku, Noir, Kanon, Heizo, Kafka, Pandreo, Izioi, Mona, Mitsuru, Panette, Sarah, Tengen, Sonya, Akechi, Great Gozu, Nekamaru, Nahida, Burnus, Mizuki, Camilla, Jack, Kyoko, Mondo. Well, we got 70 people left. We're not even halfway through the game, so we have to go on. We have to proceed. That is how we are going to keep on keeping on, and we are keeping on by seeing Kawakami. She shoots blasts of energy from her hands at Juzo. He is unable to survive the blow and does indeed perish. Joker is now dazed by the slingshot held in the hands of Rantaro. Navia feels us all like it's all below her concern. Nagisa is decaying silently. Yoimiya finds my climate change remote. Mew attempts to kill Kaede, but Shuichi intervenes to protect her. Unfortunately, Shuichi dies in the attempt. Joe gives Yoimiya a baseball cap. She turns it sideways. She says, "It's all about the mess, homie." Gets a baseball bat, hits her right out of the park, baby. Fanat plays around with her incorporeal body, passes through various things to pass the time. Jen has found a yeet ball. Monica steals it. Kanon's brain has turned her into a horrible person. Mukuro then steals the yeet ball. Good for her. But she won't get a chance to use it because Monotaro starts his boombox and gathers everyone around for a dance. However, Monotaro has rigged it to explode, and boy does it, taking out now Mukuro and Mahiru with it. Kibo feels sorry for Ryoma, frees him from the vines that had entrapped him. Togami, of the fat variety, feels a horrible feeling in his chest. Reiko uses the soundboard that I have, gets it confiscated for playing copyrighted music. For shame, how dare you. However, Crazy Oko said, "You're not playing any music, but I can," gets a boombox. Raiden finds a bike, cue the bike theme. Has the bike theme happened in every round? I'm not sure, but it almost feels like it. Dio has his persona, upgrades Agi to Agilao. Mischief Rats runs out to Gundam, embraces them wholeheartedly. Haiji has a fishing rod. Amame found a wrestling singlet as well. Kaito looks for Glorious in his knight's armor. Auroron also now a light bearer. I believe last time we have, or I guess at the last check, we had Nekamaru, who is now gone. Monokuma, who I believe is still alive. Auroron now is the next one. Jotaro starts sobbing uncontrollably. Sakura calls back in the moment she took the Knight's Oath. Now she's got Knight's armor. Yuri flaunts her bikini in front of Chihiro. Chihiro's now jealous. Alice looking for an easy out. Mew sneaks up on Fubuki. Fubuki's known she's been followed for ages. Counterattacks and takes Mew out. And by that I mean she turned back time to try again. Angie has a table. Kazuha starts picking up whatever's neat and cool lying in various places. Furina and Raiden have a race to see who's the better biker. Raiden absolutely dominates. The Arcans see great potential in Ryoma, grant him a cryo vision. Ranmaru disappears for a while, comes back with a wizard robe that he just found. Good for him. Fischl practices her bowling form. Kaede is looking around maniacally seething. Remember, she's Asylum Akamatsu. Toko uses the title belt from behind, leaving Kazuha dazed as she hits him. Seiko cleans up Kizzy's rotten corpse. Mondo feels unsure of himself. I guess he's alive with a TV head. Not for long, because Kurumi said, "No, you're not." Wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. And, well, no more TV ads. Which, thank you, big fan of them perishing. Maya is cooking up a genius idea. Mitsurai tosses out a Pokeball. Out comes Articuno. Articuno uses Ice Beam, freezing Gen. Iris remember how much Mitsurai loved Rebel Heart. How it inspired him to one day come out on top, so Iris plays it. And much to her surprise, Mitsurai's heart beats in sync with the song, suddenly reviving him. This rebel heart, this rebel heart. This rebel heart. Hey, Mitsurai, congratulations. You know, it's a good time every time I can play Rebel Heart a little bit. Can't break what I've been building up this far. No, you'll never tear me apart. Alright, we're good. Hey, you know what? Keep it going. Chi-Chi fails to grasp the situation. Hajime eats something he shouldn't have, and now he's dead like he shouldn't have been. Maki forgot why she decided to try and summon a demon. Maybe she was just bored. Zoe's got a table. Crazy Yoko steals that tank. Kai can't wait to kill again. Kyutaro cleans the blood off of his scissors. Kapitano tries to kill Kaito. Muekata uses a mysterious ass to knock out Haiji and Mitsurai. Death calls on the both of them. Nightwing tries to kill Ranmaru. Vivia stalks Yuri, consumed with darkness from the gold they're carrying. He is stalking, man. Chihiro tried to revive Mondo again, didn't work. Monokuma rather tossed out a Pokeball. Out comes Zapdos, who uses Thunderbolt, taking out Seiko. Kakoto's realization is that her anger is unwarranted and calms down. Teru accepts the shadow as he gets the power persona. Neo tries to kill Kurumi, but Kurumi retaliates and kills her instead. Goto uses the power of Electro on his dead body of Pandreo, and he restarts his heart, his rebel heart, man! Nuclear waste from the power plant makes Nagito a zombie. Kakoto and Yuta merciless magic duel with their ancient scepter. Sparks and everything fly, boom, pow, boom, boom, and they both explode in an acrid smoke. I guess it was a draw. Rantaro murders Nightwing before Kawakami can react. Teto tries to kill Kurumi, but the knight's armor diverts the blow. The combat gear diverts the blow. So, causes blooms in the pond, where Monica and Kazuha are fighting, and then their blooms go boom. And they die. Mishima gets the greatest of potential. The Archons see it and grant him a Geo-Vision, and Mai can't stay still any longer. And let others kill her friends. Mai is feeling heroic. Mai has a heroic heart. This rebel heart, this rebel... I'm sorry. We're good now. We'll play a Claire de Lune for real after this. It is... These people are dead. Juzo, Shuichi, Nao, Mukuro, Mahiru, Mew, Mondo, Gin, Hajime, Seiko, Neo, Yuta, Kotoka, Nightwing, Monica, and Kazuha. We got 55 left. We gotta keep going. We're almost at an hour. We're really almost at 50 minutes, but we're really almost at an hour. In my mind, that's how we play things. Next round, see. So guys, we might have had a ghost round. So we'll click next round. We really might have had a ghost round. We'll see what happens. If chaos did reign, there is a way to check that very easily in the details. So we'll check the details after this one in case this is now a championship match. That being said, Mahi corners Haiji with her demon. The demon subsequently mauls Haiji. Shuichi is missing, it was like dinner, oh no. There's also a chance it wasn't a ghost round and I just misclicked. Gonta summons a shock so powerful, it fries Jin. Fubuki finds a skateboard, time to do some sick moves. Jotaro knocks out a Roron and a fist fight, puts a death collar on him. Iris presses a thing on my soundboard, plays the electric slide, hold on. Hey, hey, you can move it. It's electric. Boogie. All right, yeah. I'm here for all of them. I'm here for the electric slide. All right. Okay, whatever. We're good. We got an episode to do. Hey, but Maki, Rantaro, Crazy Yoko, Shalaris, Dio, Reiko, y'all killed that electric slide though. All right, here we go. We'll keep going. Monotaro and XL have an intense dance-off. XL was like, "Oh yeah, I'm still on this. I'm still on this." But Monotaro did a kickflip and kicked her head off. But she still killed that electric slide. You know what I'm saying? Architecture Children Kibo. He gets a Hydro Vision. Panette plays around with her incorporeal body, still passing through various things to pass the time. Mahi is also back as a ghost. Sakura finds a 1-up mushroom. Neo is writhing with maggots. Alice is into the despair dimension, so I actually do believe we have had a we've had a thing. We've had a thing that has happened. We've had a thing that has happened. We do. We have had a ghost round. Joe gives Gonto Fedora. He tips it and smiles. Raiden finds a pillow. So sleepy, so sleepy. Chi-Chi wants it to end already. Ororon recalls something about Daisaku, sobs quietly. Mishima uses the power of Geo, summons a massive rock in the sky, dropping it, killing Mitarai and Kyutaro. Alice runs from the demons in the despair dimension. Maki is approached by Fischl, ready to end her life. Or I guess Maki approaches Fischl. As a last resort, Monokuma tosses out a Pokeball, releasing Tentacruel, who poisons Maki, and she does indeed die. It was fatal. Kaito find some moon shoes. Well, you know, man wants to go to the moon. Man will not be going to the moon. Chihiro. His jealousy reaches a boiling point. He sees a bikini. He's like, nah. Schmurder. Unfortunately, Navi was the cost. The cost was their life. Angie, keep trying to tell a joke, but always falls flat. Kawakami finds Thursday's left shoe. Renmaru. Oh my gosh, there's so many more people dying. Oh my gosh, Yoko had the tank. Renmaru uses Free. Kaito is now burnt. Gin's dead. Rantaro uses Slingshot, just annoyingly on Munakata. Toko wants to end things once for all with Kakoto. Kakoto does bite the dust. Munakata and Kaito have the mightiest composition in the arena, and they do battle. Though Kaito used underhanded tactics, the heart of Munakata never gave up, and Munakata was able to conquer the monster heel. Kanon summons their persona, uses Seo, launching a boulder on top of Teru, so he's gone, but Kanon also has gained enough experience to learn Mapsio-Dine, and if she doesn't die during this mess, yeah, she does, never mind. If she survives this orange gauntlet right here, she'll be in great shape. She won't be. Crazy Yoko fires an explosive round from her tank, catches Monokuma, Fubuki, Iris, Maya, Raiden, and Munakata in its wake. Joker puts a duck collar on Crazy Yoko while she's asleep. Reiko doesn't really want to, but finds herself having to get rid of Renmaru. Dio summons her persona, uses Mara Agidine. That's right, that's what it is. Kanon, Kibo, and Monotaro all go up in flames. Dio might win this thing. He must have gotten that upgraded last round too. Can't believe that Kurumi has killed someone. Fat Togami, oh my gosh, we're losing so many people. We're losing so many people. Togami of the Fat Variety throws a waffle at Chi-Chi and misses her. Chi-Chi then kills Fat Togami in retaliation. Burnus is dead. Yoimiya actually uses the climate change remote. It's spring now. The Dead Husk of Diona rises with maggots. Yuri and Kai decide to harvest honey together. Surprisingly, nothing goes wrong. Amame sneaks up behind Ororon, turns him around, and then it's an Archeo out of nowhere. This breaks Ororon's neck, killing him. Kai's allergies are so bad he has to leave the arena. Fischl grows a carnivorous plant that's massive, which promptly feasts upon Chihiro, Kurumi, Pandreo, Chi-Chi, and Sakura. Big moves. And that brings us down to 19 after Teto washes the blood off of her dapper suit. We'll have to check, actually, after this, because chaos could have reigned, and I think we need to know. It's a Claire de Lune 4. Haiji, Jin. Crazy Yoko, extra large. Mitarai, Kyutaro. Maki, Navia, Kokoto. Kaito, Teru, Monokuma, Fubuki. Iris, Maya. Raiden, Munakata. Ranmaru. Kanon, Kibo, Monotaro, Fat Togami, Ororon. Kai, Chihiro, Kurumi, Pandreo, Chi-Chi, Sakura. So let's come up here. And we need to find our champions. Vivia's still around. He could still reign chaos, actually, because I think Yuri's still around, too. Yes, and he is not Reign Chaos. I had to make sure. I certainly had to make sure. I was like, but wait. We do still have 2 of our tag team champions still in, but I need to find our Agents of Chaos, which should be easy because they become a team of 2 because they turned their back on their partner. And there they are. They're both dead. And neither of them reigned Chaos. So we're still good on that front. So we can still just go on and proceed, but next time we'll probably be looking at that again. We probably will be checking that again because I have a feeling we're probably going to lose at least 9 this next round. Let's see if we do. Kizzy's back as a ghost. Monika's dead. Chisa's dead. Mishima summons a shield, protecting him from Crazy Yoko's attack. Mishima then causes the ground beneath Crazy Yoko to cave in, bearing her alive. Amame clotheslines Joker with such tremendous force it decapitates him. Shuichi misses being able to have dinner. Mai loves the way the rocket feels on her shoulder. Jotaro knocks Reiko out in a fist fight, puts a death collar on her. Vivia and Toko surround Gonta in the middle of a pond. He takes out Champion and Agent of Chaos in one fatal whoosh. Musuki Extra Large is writhing with maggots. Alice fights for his life. Maki her demon can't find her. It's so sad. Panette's still a ghost just floating around. Official finds a belt of Pokeballs late game, great item. Reiko finds a Yeet Ball late game, distracting item, I suppose. Nagito dangles his rotting limbs around, fiddling with them. Razor misses to have dinner. Dio summons his persona using Agila, which is enough to burn Amame to a crisp. Yuri's still caught in a trap. Angie pulls out a golden delicious apple and force feeds it to Teru, who miraculously sits up. Dong. Seiko is back as a ghost as well, and Kawakami wanders off and gets lost, never seen again. We actually have a full set for your final 10 in this massive game after this potentially final, clearly the episode 4. Crazy Yoko, Joker, Vivia, Toka, Amame, Kawakami. I am so shocked the Chaos didn't reign. Although I do think we had a baby ghost round of like 3 people gone. So there's a world where in that baby ghost round, Chaos did reign. So I'll click details as you guys get ready to make your Saving Grace picks. Chaos did not reign. But we do have our final 10, so it's a full 10, and I'll tell you, in that full 10, we have Gonta, who is actually alive, and we have Razor, who is a ghost. Gonta is your first pick. Could the Wolfpack do it? Are they gonna woo their way to the finale? Let's continue. We also have, straight to the point, they still have Seiko, but she's a ghost, so that doesn't really count. Number 2 is actually Angie. She hears voices in her head. They counsel her, they understand. They talk to her. Talk to me, talk to me, talk to her. Will they win? We will see. Next we have Mai, who is still alive. Is actually still alive. As we keep on keeping on. And she is alive for her team, Great Anime Bake Off. As we keep scrolling down, we have Alice, but he's stuck in the Despair Dimension, so his life does not count currently, but he could come back. Shuichi is a ghost, so, you know, we don't count him either. Reiko is alive, so we do count her for the School of Rock. Dio has been going a little crazy with his Aguilo and Maragadine. Can he do it? Can he win it for the entire circus? We will see. Where there's smoke, there are zombies in Nagito, but there are living teachers in Mishima. Can Mishima do it for Where There's Smoke? Where there's smoke, could there be championships? We'll see. As we keep on scrolling, our tag team champion could get you guys a fan vote, which is kind of crazy. Will Yuri be able to do that, do the unthinkable, and make it all the way? She's trapped right now, so the odds are low. As we keep on scrolling, Kizzy is a ghost. Fischl is still alive, and she has 8 KOs thanks to some shenanigans. And she's got a bowling ball, so keep that in mind. I think that is everyone except for Teru and Jotaro. Jotaro's shell-shocked, so he's a little loopy right now, but Teru just came back, set up like The Undertaker. Can he take the W with that one? And Panette is a ghost, so that is one more thing to keep in mind. Make your saving grace picks really quick. There's only 15 seconds left of the song. I'm gonna make them 2, first, second, third, in the description. Make sure to subscribe. I'm gonna pick, Gonta, Angie, and Teru. Those are my picks. It's Samurai Woman, baby! your final 10. No championships on the line unless an Agent of Chaos comes back from the dead, which is a possibility. Okay, we definitely had another ghost round. Oh no. Next round, we'll see how this all plays out. Yuri is now bleeding out. Gonta steals Mai's Yeet-Ball, runs off with it. Kizzy has found the corpse of Toko, possesses it. Toko is now being controlled by Kizzy. So keep that in mind. Shuichi's playing around with his incorporeal body. Mishima lays there vulnerable, too weak to move. What happened to him? Did he get poisoned in the ghost round? Seiko kills Dio through ghastly means. Sakura's mushroom has been rooting for Mitarai. He's back again! He never says die! Until he dies again! Maki's demon can't find her for remembering Maki has died. Panette still misses out of dinner. Monotaro is dead. Mike steals Gonta's Yeet-Ball, runs off with it. Razor's playing around with his ghost body. Karumi's back as a ghost too. Reiko steals Mai's Yeet-Ball, runs off with it. Angie traps. Oh my gosh! Oh no, the bees. Mitarai is in Brazil. Nagito's body continues to decompose even as he continues to move. Heizo kind of wanders off and gets lost, unlost actually, only to die to the bees. Alice fights for his life. Fischl, Reiko, Heizo, Mai, Teru, and Toko devise a plan to get honey from a massive beehive. However, the bees fight them for hours in an all-out war. The inevitable happens and the bees prevail, but at what cost? Well, suddenly we're at 5. And it's still spring. That is something I forgot about. So we have to keep that in mind after this terrible turnabout for Kizzy, Dio, Mitarai, Fischl, Reiko, Heizo, Mai, Teru, and Toko. Well then, it's your final 5, and I need to I need this to keep going so I can dictate who they are. Jotaro is alive. Angie is alive. Reiko has died. Mai has died. Gonta is still alive. So it's Gonta, Angie, Jotaro. Not Mitarai, he perished again. Mishima, who's just lying there weak and vulnerable. And Yuri, who's bleeding out. Those are your final 5. Yo, we got somebody who's bleeding out. Somebody who's weak and vulnerable. Somebody who's crying like a baby. Angie, who's shipping people to Brazil. And Gonta, who has a Yeet-Ball. That's your final 5. They're caught in a crisis. A crisis of fate. I'm gonna go to the top, because I feel like this one gives me a less chance of getting a ghost round. We definitely have another ghost round, y'all. This is terrifying. Ryoma's back as a ghost. Gonta, he gets a little beach friend. Yuri's still bleeding out. Jotaro snaps out of it. In fact, I think our 5 are... No, Angie did die in the chaos. Angie is somehow dead. I don't know how. Mishima now is finally died from the poison. He probably got poison apple now that I think about it. That brings us to our final 3 who are now Gonta, Yuri who's bleeding out, and Jotaro who's now snapped out of it. As we scroll down, it's now down to your final 2. As Alice is still running from the demons lurking in the despair dimension. Wait. It's your final 3 again. 4? Okay, apparently someone's possessing Tiki. We're gonna have to do some real detective work on this one. Ladies and gentlemen, it is a terrible turnabout for Mishima, Jotaro, Shuichi. So now we have Tiki. We have, it shouldn't be too hard to do this detective work on Tiki, actually. In fact, I think it might just be Panette. I think that's actually our answer. I think that might actually be our answer. But we'll get back to it. We have Tiki. We now have Yuta. And we have Gonta, and we have Jotaro. Those are your final 4. It's still a crisis of fate. It seems like every other round has been a ghost round. Can we beat that stretch? Maybe I should, like, look at details and then come out and then try it. You know, I felt like it did something to me. Burnus, 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 Ghost, Ghost! Nagito! Dangles his withered lips around and fiddling with them. Gonta pets his pet turtle and gives us some lettuce. Ryoma plays around with his incorporeal body, passing through various things to pass the time. Yuri puts a death cloud on Tiki while she's asleep. Alice is grabbed by a possessed tree and he's pulled apart piece by piece. Sophie continues to decompose even as she continues to move. Her software is rotten. Seiko, Missy Bay have dinner. Tiki finds a hat rack as well. Shao is also a zombie. Razor is a ghost. Kamaru is a dead woman. And Karumi kills Yuta through ghastly means. We're down to 3 now. That is, Tiki, who we will double check, but I believe is possessed by Panette. We have Gonta and we have Jotaro still. Jotaro, we smell. Jotaro? Do we have Jotaro? Thought we did. No, we don't. We have Yuri. Okay, I guess Jotaro died. Maybe I was just wrong that last round. That's a definitive possibility. So we have Yuri, who's still bleeding out. We have Tiki, and we have Gonta. Those are your final 3, I guess. It's a clear day loon. Who knows what's going on with this terrible turnabout? Alice is dead. Yuta's dead. Former tag team partners, those two, actually, from a couple seasons ago. Might have been more than a couple seasons at this point. That being said, it's still a crisis of fate. This has been a crazy game with so many ghost rounds. We'll see how it plays out as we click next round, and it's not a ghost round, which means Tiki gives Gonta Tiara. He's feeling like the prettiest princess. Dead Husk of Kibo is writhing. Seiko misses being out dinner. Ryoma has found a corpse of Munakata, possesses it, so Munakata's now back as well. I think that brings us up to 4. Munakata steals my soundboard. Shao continues to ride, continues to move. Sophie dangles her limbs around. Gonta found a laser gun. Yuri dies from the blood loss from the trap she was caught in, and Karumi is out here killing left and right with these ghastly moves. She's like, boom, boom, ka, boom, 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 jump scare. And Hazel's back as a ghost. We're at your final 2. It's a terrible turnabout for Ryoma, Yuri the champion, and Tiki. It's not a tag team championship action unless some crazy things happen, but I don't think that could have happened in one ghost round, so I think everybody is still fine. I'll peek though. No. No. And in the rare event that our other 2 Agents of Chaos magically came back, where are they? If they magically came back in one round, one of the ghost rounds, rained chaos, and then died. There is a possibility of that happened, but I was gonna say the likelihood is so low. Who's it gonna be? The recently returned Munakata, who's being possessed by Ryoma, or Gonta. Which is kind of funny because Tiki was supposedly being possessed by Panette. And Ryoma is on Panette's team, so it was like, alright, we gotta win this somehow, some way. Or will Gonta, who's been the least shenanigans character this game so far, win this whole thing? He's got a laser gun, he could just use it next round. We'll see if it happens. I'm not even gonna belabor this. Will it be Gonta? Will it be Munakata possessed by Ryoma? Let's find out together. Details, nothing. Is it a ghost round? It's not. But we do have another possession, and it would have been Gonta if there was not a possession, but it could still be over if somebody has taken out one of these 2 through ghastly means. Karumi, we know she loves doing that. There's also a zombie. Seiko has found the corpse of Fat Togami, who possesses it. Seiko is now control of Fat Togami's body, giving up his own incorporeal body. Nuclear waste brings Amame back as a zombie. Gonta sticks his pet turtle on Munakata. Munakata gets, oh my gosh. Is it Seiko who came back at the last moment to possess Fat Togami? Karumi kills Gonta through ghastly means, which means currently right now, if nobody else does anything crazy, Seiko possessing Fat Togami is our final answer. Official's back as a zombie. Corey wanders off and gets unlost. But Fat Togami throws a waffle at Corey. It misses. Corey then runs away. They're both still alive. Sophie tackles Fat Togami to the ground, turning him into a zombie. You don't mean. Chihiro's back as a zombie. In the final round, Corey got unlost. Fatsugami tried to take him out with a waffle. Corey ran off, and before he could turn around, Sophie tackled him from behind the ground and turned him into a zombie. But it wasn't enough because one man stood tall at the end of it all. Your agent of chaos for the tag team action. Crazy ending. A wild and crazy ending. He was like, but I was never lost because I never lost. It's a terrible tournament for Seiko, Munakata, and Gonta. The Agents of Chaos have snuck their way into the tag team finale because your winner, representing the Ghost Zone, and did not win it through ghostly means. Made sure a ghost didn't win it, by the way. For Zoe, aka Amber, for Vivia. One man said, this house ain't gonna be haunted tonight. Instead, it's a party every week because Corey takes the win. Okay, bring up your bracket. It's right there. There's gonna be a whole editing fiasco, let me tell you. And we got, like, if you're watching this whole thing and it's not like double or 1.5 speed, man, we got ourselves a show, don't we? Congratulations, Gonta. Congratulations, Ghost Zone. They did it. They made it. Official had 8 KOs. Crazy Oko had 6. Kurumi had 6. Gonta had 5. Y'all see what's going on here. You see this whole thing. I can't read through all of this. Look at them. We had 28 competitors. Y'all. What a crazy ride. That being said, let me double check to make sure he didn't, like, magically get... you know, it's funny because they kicked him out and then they won. And Corey had nothing to do with that kick out. Zoe did that. He was not a light bearer, unfortunately. He didn't get that, like, in some in-between round. But I digress. Imagine they had rained chaos during this episode, too. Imagine, you guys. Could have had a chaos transferal, too. That would have been crazy. Crazy work. But once again, congratulations to Corey. He said, I rained chaos once mid-season this time. Don't need to do it again. Corey did it. He's in the house. That's all I can really say. He had a great game. He had a great game. He had a great game in the sense that he left and came back. And had no kills doing it. When did he leave? When did he leave? Okay, y'all, we gotta find him. We gotta find out when he left. He left in round 1! Corey won this game by doing absolutely nothing. He came back in the final round, said, all part of the plan, dude! That's so funny! Hey, Corey, give that man his flowers. That's an iconic victory. He said, there's how many people in this game? Oh no, I'm lost. Hey, in the episode, it's not gonna get better than that. Tonight is Rebellion Live. Get ready for it. It should be a very fun show. It's gonna be a long one. I'm gonna get a whole bunch of sleep so I can stay up and watch it with you guys, and Son Davey is gonna be a good show. A very good show. Until then, though, I'm taking off. If you watch this whole thing in normal speed and you started right at the right time, it's about to start in like 15 minutes. Goodness gracious, this, not 15 minutes. Yeah, 15 minutes, because this, oh my gosh, goodness gracious. Hey, take me out of here. I'm the United States Aviator. Thank you for watching. Toodaloo Flight Crew, Rebellion Live is tonight.